The last few months we've been going away on overnight trips in our new rooftop tent with our little toddler. After a handful of successful shorter trips, we tested the waters on a longer adventure a little further afield, and we had an absolute
Getting
ball.
closer.
Since our last adventure, we've been tinkering around with the setup of the car, tweaking a few things in preparation for a longer trip. So here we are heading off on our first night of our 2-week road trip through northern New South Wales.
Morning, guys.
We have woken up in Rock National Park and it is so beautiful and quiet, and the sun's just hitting the tops of the trees. And we drove in last night along a really pretty road.
Yeah, it was really nice. Bit of a big day travelling from the sunny coast to here, but the drive near the end was beautiful during golden hour.
Rolling farmlands and lots of little wallabies out and about. But it's so pretty but the whole drive was really cool. Like the big gorge, the big cut-in of the gorge. And like that whole road. It was just so pretty.
It was just just taking a new route for most of the way up here too.
Yeah. And we pulled in and it was dark. What time was it? Like 6 Queensland time. So 7 New South Wales time. And we've got a pretty awesome little campsite. It's pretty flat, which is awesome compared to the other ones. There's some really slopey ones here. And yeah, so this morning we're just going to have our coffees and then we're going to go do a hike and then
pack up and move on to the next spot.
Yeah, we don't know where yet. Rock National Park, and we think that we might prefer it over Girraween.
Yeah, it's definitely a much more natural bush campsite compared to the other side of the national park at Girraween, which even though that one's a lot more modern over there, flushing toilets and the rest, it's just not surrounded by nature and the birds and the trees.
Yeah,
over there.
And every campsite here has a picnic table where at the other one, not everyone did.
No, and everyone also has a fireplace and there's free wood there and shelter too.
It's so good. We've been so impressed. And one of the things that we absolutely love about campsites that are near trailheads is like you can get up early and then you can go for a walk early instead of having to pack up and get everyone ready. You're sort of there already, so you can have your coffee and get going, which is what we did this morning. Hey!
Yeah. A hot cross bun and a coffee, and off we go.
Off we go, all fueled. And the walk so far, it's just been a little bit steep back there, hasn't it? Like a good incline.
Steady, yeah.
And we've already gained a bit of elevation. We've seen the morning clouds. It's a bit cool. And we're just starting to see the really big boulders. Look at that one. That is so cool. That is awesome. Of one side, and the dots keep going that way, so we're going to go check that out too. But this is the steep slope, and it doesn't actually look too steep, which is cool because we came up the longer route, which is meant to be more gentle. In comparison to Girraween and the pyramid, it doesn't seem as steep, does it, Josh?
Nah, I reckon 2-year-old on my backpack could have done the extreme route here.
Yeah, it probably...
Not actually joking. You'd run up it the way he goes.
We'll see what's on the other side. Or where the rest of this path goes, I'm not quite sure. So we have come up from the main path there, and then there's another little track that goes up over, and we get to look out on the other side now. The other direction. Whoa.
Here it is.
Hugo's having a turn walking now, and is leading the way.
These days travelling and hiking with our toddler are magical. We don't move along the trail as quickly as we used to, but that's okay. These days will return before we know it. We let Hugo down for a hike along the trails, letting him move at his own pace, and let him walk for as little or as long as he likes. We hope that this time outside in nature helps him to continue developing his love, curiosity, and appreciation for the world around him. Our little boy is already becoming such a great little adventurer and hiker.
Okay. You're gonna get to the summit and bag the summit post?
So way over here is the pyramid in Girraween National Park over in Queensland. There. And it is dwarfed with this mountain that we're on now. After a quick lunch break at the top of Bald Rock, it was time to start heading back down the mountain. caterpillars. My goodness.
Go, Daddy. Yeah. Is that Gabagoo? Apple coming back in the happening skies. Now, look at the zoo.
Whoa, look at the view. Let's see. Whoa. We took our time coming down, enjoying the views and stopping to look at little curiosities along the way. So the hike is almost all done. We're almost over the last bridge. And then, what's the plan, Josh?
Pack up and head off to Tenterfield.
When are we going to have our next coffee?
Oh, before then.
Yeah. Back to camp, coffee time, pack up. All packed up and caffeinated after our hike up Bald Rock, we headed into Tenterfield and saw the signs of a season changing. The colour of autumn was dressed in the leaves on the trees, and you could feel it in the air, cool on your cheeks. We restopped in Tenterfield before continuing our trip further south, where we found ourselves perched on the banks of a beautiful river for the night. We hope that you enjoyed coming along with us for our first night away on our 2-week road trip.